The next sutta is 8.1.6. The Buddha said, "Monks, these 8 worldly conditions obsess the world. The world revolves round these 8 worldly conditions." What 8? Gain and loss, fame and dishonor, praise and blame, happiness and suffering. Monks, these 8 worldly conditions obsess the world, and the world revolves around these 8 worldly conditions. I'll just stop here for a moment. These 8 conditions are worldly states, worldly conditions, loka dhamma. And Chinese, in the Chinese Buddhism, they are called the 8 winds. 8 winds which move a person, which shake a person. And then the Buddha continued, "Monks, to the unlearned, common average folk come gain, loss, fame, dishonor, praise, blame, happiness, suffering. To the learned Aryan disciple also come gain, loss, and so forth. Here then, monks, what is the distinction, what is the peculiarity of, and what is the difference between the Aryan disciple and the common average folk? Lord, our doctrines have their foundation in the Exalted One. They are guided by the Exalted One. They have the Exalted One's protection. Well, indeed, were it for us, if the Exalted One would expound the meaning of his speech to us. Then when the monks have heard the Exalted One, they will treasure his words in their hearts." And the Buddha said, "Then listen, monks, give heed, I will speak." "Yes, Lord," they replied. And the Exalted One said, "Monks, gain comes to the unlearned common average folk who reflect not thus. This gain which has come is impermanent, painful, and subject to change. They know it not as it really is. Similarly, loss comes, fame, dishonor, praise, blame, happiness, suffering. They reflect not that such are impermanent, painful, and subject to change. Nor do they know these conditions as they really are. Gain, loss, and so forth take possession of their minds and hold sway there. They welcome the gain which has arisen. They rebel against loss. They welcome the fame which has arisen. They rebel against dishonor. They welcome the praise which has arisen. They rebel against blame. They welcome happiness which has arisen. They rebel against suffering. Thus given over to compliance and hostility, they are not freed from being born, aging, dying, sorrow, lamentation, pain, grief, and despair. I say such folk are not free from ill. But to the learned Aryan disciple, just the converse is the case." That's the end of the sutta. So here, these 8 conditions, they all come to us. We all experience them. But an ordinary person, when he experiences these things, he is moved by them. When what he considers is good, like gain comes, he is very happy. But when loss comes, he is very sad. And these things, gain, loss, etc., take possession of his mind and moves his mind very much. He's moved very much by likes and dislikes. And so because of that, you find this person, most people, ordinary people, they have this monkey mind, which is always happy and sad and excited most of the time. And the only way to overcome this like and dislike is mentioned in the Sakkapanha Sutta in the Digha Nikaya, where Sakka Devaraja asked the Buddha, "What is the cause of people quarreling and fighting in this world?" And the Buddha said, "Greed and jealousy." And then Sakka Devaraja asked, "What is the cause of greed and jealousy?" And the Buddha said, I think like and dislike, I think. And the cause of like and dislike is desire, and the cause of desire is thinking, and the cause of thinking is proliferation of thoughts, and how to stop the proliferation of thoughts. And then the Buddha said, there's 2 types of happiness. One type of happiness is the happiness of thinking. Another type of happiness is the happiness that comes from not thinking. And the happiness that comes from not thinking is the happiness that comes from jhana, jhanic bliss, when a person's attains the second jhana upwards, the mind stops thinking, and that kind of happiness is superior to the normal happiness that comes from thinking. People get a lot of happiness from thinking. That's why some people like to daydream. They like to fantasize. They like to imagine. And there's only a type of happiness which is higher than this, which is jhanic bliss. And so the way to overcome these likes and dislikes is to attain the bliss of jhana, so that then we can overcome the likes and dislikes.